Hello, fellow diggers. Hey guys. Yesterday when I made the video about getting my machine back, I was so messed up because I didn't get much sleep the night before. The detective had called me that night. In fact, John316 had just sent me a message wanting to know had I gotten my machine back yet, and I told him no. And it wasn't 30 minutes after I got through responding to his message that I got a call from the detective. And he said, "We need you to come down here in the morning. Got something I need you to look at." That's all he said. I'm like, well, okay. So I didn't know what it was, but I was hopeful that maybe something had broken the case and that maybe they found something or whatever. And I went down there the next morning and he said, "Yeah, hold on one second." And he walked back in his office and he came out carrying my machine. And I grabbed it and took the battery cover off because I got my initials scratched on the inside of the battery cover, and there they were. I said, "Oh man, how'd you find it?" And he said, "Just dumb luck." He said, "I was riding by one of the parks here, and there was a guy out there, a metal detective, and the machine that he was using looked like what you had described." And I walked over and asked him if I could look at it, and he said, "Sure," and I removed the battery cover, and there were your initials. I asked him where he got the machine, and he told me he bought it off a guy on the street. So we brought him down to the station and talked to him a little bit more, but I think he's telling the truth. He said he gave $20 for it on the street. Imagine that, $20 for a $300 machine. But he said that he still had to come to court for receiving stolen property. But they didn't know what the district attorney was going to do. Personally, I don't care as long as I got my machine back. Now, this guy wasn't the guy that actually stole it, so he might have been stupid enough to buy a machine from somebody on the street, and he probably knew it was hot. You don't buy something like that for $20 from somebody on the street and it not be. But he wasn't the one that stole it, so I'm not really that dead set on getting hold of him. But the detective still wouldn't tell me the guy's name. I think he remembers when I gave the report, I told him, if I catch him first, y'all can supply the body bag. Anyway, I was trying to do that video, and I was holding the camera and showing the machine, and I kept hitting the damn button to turn my phone off. And I did 3 different sections, and then when I started to load it up, I had it backwards. I thought it would be 1, 2, and 3, and it was 1, 2, and 3. So I did the third one first, and then the first one was the third one was actually supposed to, anyway, I did them exactly backwards. Rather than 1, 2, and 3, I did 3, 2, and 1. So it didn't make a whole bunch of sense to anybody until they watched the second part, which was the longer version in the middle, and it kind of let everybody know what was going on. But I'm just glad to get that thing back. But anyway, I went out on a little short hunt today. Not a long one. I'm still going to order that chair that's got the strap on it. In fact, I'm looking through the catalog now to see if I can find it. Because my back won't let me do a whole damn bunch of walking. Between my back and my leg, I need to go about 50 feet or so and then sit down. And then go another 50 feet and sit down. So I just went down here to the school out there where the baseball team plays, and they got a concession stand. Didn't even have my shovel with me. I said, I'm just going to make sure everything's working all right, see if we can find anything on top of the ground. I was getting hits everywhere. I was getting hits that should have been quarters. I was getting some that probably a penny or a dime. I was getting quite a few of them that had that nickel grunt to them. And a lot of iron too. I just tried to discriminate a lot of that out, but didn't quite have it set high enough, I guess. But the only thing I was able to find that was right on top of the ground that I didn't have to dig for was these. 3 little pull tabs. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little pull tabs. Anyway, I collect these things. I got a coffee can full of them over there that I'm going to be sending off to Metal for Detecting before too much longer. Because I collect them because of Josh. He said there's a charity up there in Canada, wheelchairs, pull tabs for wheelchairs or whatever. They use the pull tabs to somehow get wheelchairs for handicapped children that need them. Being a handicapped person myself, I understand the need for wheelchairs. I got one sitting across the room. And anything that we can do to help a child get a wheelchair that they need, we need to do. So I've got a Boulder's coffee can over here. Well, it's a coffee mate thing, but it's a pretty good sized can, slap full of pull tabs. And I could send it to the charity myself, but it's a Canadian charity, so I don't care who gets the credit for it. I'm just going to send them to Josh and let him go ahead and send them in with his. If it'll help the kids, hey, I'm all for it. But I told everybody yesterday that I'd try and get on here today and kind of clarify what I was trying to say yesterday, because I was between sleep deprivation and just out and out shock. I wasn't making a whole lot of sense. But I do have my machine back. I'm not going to be stupid enough to leave it in the car again. Not at a Walmart or something like that. I mean, in a big city, you kind of expect that kind of thing, but a little town like Cairo, I didn't think about it. But like Treasure Jack told me, they call that a crime of opportunity. That with a broken glass already, a lot of people that wouldn't break the glass will take a chance on reaching in and grabbing something. I know I got to get that glass fixed. I just can't afford it right now, to be honest, so I'm just going to bring the thing in with me and take it back out when I'm going detecting. But I wanted to get on here and let everybody know for sure exactly what I was trying to say, because I'm sure there was a bunch of them sitting here going, what in the hell is Penny Digger talking about? But I hope I was able to get, well, I know I was, because I had a bunch of people congratulate me. And Penguin Chick, now you know how and why and when. Those were the questions you threw across there. How, why, when? Or how and when, or whatever. So, yeah, okay, I got it. Now you know how I got it. And I'm sure the detective is just guarding the information about who it was that he took the machine off of, because he don't want me to go and put him in a body bag. But I'm not real worried about the guy that had it. They said that they believe him, that he just bought it off of somebody. But he's still probably going to end up paying a fine and all like that for receiving stolen goods. So maybe that'll teach him a lesson. And I'd still like to get my hands on whoever it was that actually reached in and grabbed it. But that may never happen. But at least I got it back. So that's the important part. And I'm so glad to have it back. Anyway, wanted to step on here real quick and just verify what was going on. And let a few people that haven't heard from me in a while know what's going on. And as soon as I can get this chair, I will get out there and do a little bit more detecting. I got to rig me up some kind of a way to put my phone on a pole. I can't think of the guy's name right now, but one of the guys over in England had a thing rigged up for his cell phone where he could mount it on a tripod. And I've got some ideas. I think I might try it, see if I can rig up something to where I can put my phone in it and mount it on a tripod. Because that way I can set it up even if I'm by myself and I can do the video thing. But otherwise I may just have to, I found something right here and I dug it up and here's what it is. and then turn the phone off, and that'd be a bunch of pieces. I'll have to try and edit it together. But anyway, the main thing that I wanted to do was clarify what I was trying to say yesterday, and I will be making some videos. I don't know how many of them there'll be that you'll get to see live digs or anything. I still got to rig up some kind of a system for the phone, but I record everything on my Samsung S3, and it makes it so much easier to just load it straight up to YouTube. But I'll figure something out. So, in the meantime, fellas, guys, gals, you know which category you fall in. I got my baby back. I do have my pin pointer, and I got my little shovel, and I'm going to get this fold-up chair with the shoulder strap so I can take a seat when I need to. And when I find something, I can sit down to dig it. That'll make it a little bit easier. Between my back and my leg, whoo, I'm damaged property. But I'll get off of here and let everybody go back to what they was doing. And until next time, this is your one and only Penny Digger. And I'm out.